Our program, Radio Variety. One star who became an Australian legend was Roy Reen Moe, one of Australia's great comics, a product of the Australian stage. When radio came of age and attracted much of the local stage talent, Moe was one of the first to win the hearts of millions of radio listeners right throughout Australia. There was one comedy sketch, The Barmaid and the Butcher, that Moe used to do that had no ending. Moe would try to tell the story, but Hal Ashwood was the persistent heckler who wouldn't let him finish. And here he is, the great Moe.
The Barmaid and the Butcher. The Barmaid and the Butcher.
Hey, you!
Oh, blimey, he's here again. What is it, sir?
What did the barmaid really say to the butcher?
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you, if you'll only give me a fair go. The Barmaid and the Butcher. Once upon a time, there was a dear little barmaid called Gracie, and she was a member of the ladies' cricket team.
Does Gracie bet?
No, Gracie Fields. That's what up against your square leg. The Barmaid and the Butcher. Gracie was a sweet, innocent, refined little girl of 37, and she worked in a pub called the Lion's Head.
Well, I've never heard of that. Where's the lion's head?
About 6 feet in front of its tail.
Your jokes kill me.
Yeah, I wish I could think of a few more fast. The Barmaid and the Butcher.
Hey, listen, is this all about the barmaid? When does the butcher come in?
Every night, about 5 to 6.
And what's his name?
Oh, dear, that's funny. I can't think of his name, and I had it on the tip of my tongue.
Oh, well, I know where the tip of your tongue is.
Where?
About 6 feet behind your nose.
Oh, strike me lucky. That's monstrous.
You're telling me.
The Barmaid and the Butcher. Oh, now I remember the butcher's name. It's the same as mine.
Oh, Bugleby.
Now listen up, I'll have you know that my nose has been described as a delicate little organ.
Delicate little organ?
Yeah.
Looks more like a great big wurlet, sir.
I'll ignore that. The Barmaid and the Butcher. The Butcher was a very romantic joker, and he wrote some very lovely poetry about the barmaid. Would you like to hear it?
No.
Very well, here it is. This is what he wrote to her. My mouth is as deep as the ocean. My mouth is as sweet as the rose. My mouth is as big as a mountain.
That's nearly as big as your nose.
I'll drop this muggle. Look, I'll do me block and I'll drop him cold. The Barmaid and the Butcher. The Butcher was a very generous joker, and he gave the barmaid a very lovely and very unusual necklace.
Oh, what sort of a necklace was it?
17 ox kidneys threaded on a bit of catgut. The day they got engaged, the Butcher celebrated by going out to the big bender. He was drunk for 3 days.
Oh, well, I know a bigger bender than that.
What?
Your nose.
Blimey, what am I laughing at? The Barmaid and the Butcher.
Where is he? Where is the mug? Let me at him.
Who are you looking for, lady?
That joker, Moe Macaque. When I find him, I'm going to crown him, see?
Why, who are you?
I'm the barmaid he keeps talking about, see?
I'm going to meet him.
Hey, lady, that's him you're speaking to.
Oh, so you're Moe Macaque, are you?
I cannot tell a lie. No.
Yes, you are. You must be him. He's got a big nose, see? And it's no use you trying to hide yours, son, with both hands. Now, what do you mean by it?
Lady, you're quite wrong. I wouldn't say anything to hurt anybody. I'm shy and demure. Sweet and refined. Soft and gentile.
Don't give me that, you Palestine parrot.
Blimey, I'm sorry I started this.
Making me the laughing stock of all me friends. Giving me silly names like Maisie Meggs and Susie Stubbs and Gracie Grubb.
Well, I'm very, very sorry. What is your name?
Bertha Boss.
Bertha Bertha Bott! Listen, Bertha, go do your botting somewhere else.
Yeah, well, don't you talk like that to me, see? I'm a respectable girl, I am, see, and I work in a very high-class hotel, see? I'll just bring my boyfriend, the butcher, along, and he'll deal with you, see?
Well, bring him along and see what I'll do, see? I'll drop him cold, see? I'll threaten him with my famous hook.
You mean you'll knock him down with your nose?
Oh, bloody, it's on again.
Yeah? Well, you started it, see?
Listen, Bertha, why can't you and I be friends? I don't mean any harm. Let's make it up and I'll drive you home in my car.
Well, what sort of a car is it? An MG?
No, a JJ.
Well, what's a JJ?
A Jerusalem Jeep.
Yeah, well, why is it called a Jerusalem Jeep?
Ah, because its nose is longer than its body.
Oh, this is mortifying, absolutely mortifying. Bertha, let's make a pact. I won't mention the barmaid and the butcher if you won't mention my nose.
Well, okay, I promise not to mention your affliction.
Good, I'll keep off yours. The butcher, I mean.
Ah, so you're going to be nice and friendly.
Yes, no more insults, no more rudeness, and no more nasty remarks. Bertha and I are going to be friends. I'll be Bertha.
Yeah.
Well, kiss me.
Well, I'd love to kiss you, Murray, but, well, I can't see. I just can't.
Why not?
Your flaming nose is in the way.
Oh, bloody hell again!
Radio Variety produced many young stars who went on to great success. One such star was Keith Walsh. In his regular national program, originated from the Macquarie Auditorium, with a happy gang around him, including Noel Judd, Len Teal, Lily Connors, and others, he dispersed happy fun throughout the nation. Here's one of those happy memories of the past.
Here you are, folks. Step right up and get your sweets. Candy, lollies, Texas sticky toffee.
Say, what's all this? What do you think you're doing, Tex?
Oh, hello, Carradine. I'm in the candy business. Genuine handmade candy. I made it myself. Would you like to buy some?
So that's why Lily's recipe books disappeared, eh? Well, how much are these chocolates here?
Those? Oh, they're $1 a pound with nuts.
With nuts.
Yeah, $1.50 with boats.
I don't want any of this candy anyway. It probably tastes awful.
Oh, it tastes all right once you get it down.
Yeah, well, not me. You'll find some other sucker.
Here you are, Texas sticky toffee. Give some to your mother-in-law, and she'll be speechless.
What's going on here, Tex? As deputy sheriff, it is my job to get rid of unlicensed hawkers, and you are an unlicensed hawker.
But I'm not selling hawk speed.
You're not selling hawks. Oh, well, that's all right then. Yeah. What's that stuff? Huh?
Candy, handmade. You want to buy some?
Oh, gee, lollies. I love lollies. Have you got any of them there little heart-shaped lollies with mottos written on them?
What do you want them for?
I've run out of comics. I want something to read.
You know, Speed, I like you.
Oh, you do? Kiss me.
No, and anyway, I'm going to give you a break because I like you. I'm going to let you invest in my candy company, and it'll only cost you a tenner.
Let me see. No, don't think so. No.
I can't understand you not being interested in a proposition like this. An intelligent dope like you.
Thank you, you're very nice. How much are you charging for your candy?
6 for a 1 pound box.
Oh, that's cheap. That's very cheap. I'll take a 1 pound box. Here's your 6.
Okay, there's your box.
Thank you.
If you want candy in it, that'll be an extra 5 bob.
Oh, hi, that's crooked. That's mean. That's despicable. That's what I like about you, Tex.
Oh, thank you.
Tell me, what's a smart fella like you doing wasting your time in a 2-bit racket like this?
Oh, just trying to make an honest dollar in a dishonest way.
You might be just the man I'm looking for. How much money have you got?
Well, now, let me see. When you lump it all together, it comes to about 5 pounds.
It's not a very big lump, is it? No. So I tell you what I'll do, Tex, old pal. You see, a fella I know, he wrote a song. He's a fella called Berlin. He writes music, you know. Well, I've got a song now, and one of his. It's worth at least £1,000, but I've taken a liking to you, Texas.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, and if you buy this song, I'll see to it that Neil Williams sings it in the bunkhouse show.
You will?
Yeah, and once he does, the song is bound to be a hit, and as the owner, you'll be rich. Then all I'm asking for this here song, this masterpiece, is £5. That's all, £5.
Isn't that a coincidence?
Yeah.
Okay, Speed, it's a deal. Here you are, 10 bob in cash and £4.10 in candy.
Well, I was hoping for a little less sweets and a little more lettuce, but still it'll have to do. So, come on, Tex, we'll go and find Neil Williams.
Oh, gee, I'll be famous and rich. I own a song.
Oh, yeah, and think of the girls who'll be after you.
Oh, gee, I'm sorry you said that.
Why? Were you disappointed in love?
Yes, I was. Oh, Marilyn, why didn't you tell me you were looking for a baseballer? I would have played ball with you.
Our program, Radio Variety. Some of the highlights that were a part of broadcasting during the past years. Back in early 1940, Robin Odell, a brilliant young radio personality, headed a top-rating program, The Youth Show. The various young Australians who appeared in The Youth Show are worth mentioning, because so many of them achieved success in radio, TV, and theatre in Australia and overseas. Joy Nichols, for many years a top-liner on the famous BBC show Take It From Here with Jimmy Edwards and Dick Bentley. Michael Pate, who made many films in Hollywood and Great Britain and now enjoying great success back in his home country, Australia. Billy Kerr, the boy from Wagga Wagga in BBC Variety. Margot Lee, leading radio, TV and stage star. Colin Croft, now topping the star list in Australian Variety and Review. Lloyd Burrell became one of Australia's leading radio actors. Betty Dixon, brilliant young actress, now in London theatre. There are many other young stars who emerged from the Youth Show, and on the occasion of radio's golden anniversary, we salute them all. From Youth Show fame, Joy Nichols sings.
Hey there, you with the stars in your eyes. Love never made a fool of you. You used to be too wise. Hey there, you on that high-flying cloud. Though you've been acting cold to him, you know your heart is sold to him. Get on the ball, girl. Just take it all in your stride. Don't let him make you fall apart. You always had such pride. Won't you take this advice I hand you like a brother? Or are you not seeing things too clear? Are you too much in love to hear? Is it all going in one ear and out the other?
How are you, mate? Willie Fennell. He needs no introduction to Australian radio listeners. Over the golden years, he has played many roles, and he's still performing on radio, cabaret, revue, and TV. One of the great comics. Here's a flashback from the Cadbury Show, which was broadcast on the vast Macquarie network throughout the Commonwealth in 1960. Willie Fennell with Hal Lashwood.
Willie, have you much knowledge of the iron and steel industry?
Oh, listen, Mr. Lasher, I've got iron in my blood. Oink, oink.
What's this oink, oink?
The pig iron.
Have you ever had a job in a steel foundry?
Oh, too right I have, and I earn 25 quid a week.
You earn £25 a week?
I earned it, but I never got it.
What sort of a job did you have?
Well, look, you know them big husky blokes what swing terrific sledgehammers and drive in them red-hot rivets?
Yes?
I used to bring their cuppa.
Well, I'm very interested in steel.
Yes.
You know that steel's the foundation of everything these days? Why, foundations are made of steel.
My Auntie Liz's are made of whalebone.
Oh! Never mind about your Auntie Liz. Why, look at the Sydney Harbour Bridge, a work of art in steel.
You nearly broke mine.
I'll break more than that in a minute. The Sydney Harbour Bridge, a man could write a poem on that bridge.
Yeah, well, I did once, but a policeman made me rub it off.
Oh! I'm trying to be serious. I was saying how important steel is in our present economy.
Oh, yes, yes.
What supports the nation? Steel does.
Yes.
What supports industry? Steel does. What supports you, your father, and your entire family?
Mama does.
Mama does. No, she... I can see there's only one way to find out anything about steel, and that's to have a look through a foundry myself. Come on, let's go. Well, here we are in the steelworks.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that big tank of molten lead.
Where's it molten? I don't see any feathers coming.
Don't be a fool. Look, this is the engineer's workshop, where they stamp steel girders.
Oh, well, Auntie Liz stamped on hers last week when it wouldn't fit.
Girders, I said! Listen to this machine.
Somebody dropped threepence?
Oh, drop threepence. That was the huge stamping press there, you see?
Oh, yes.
That's for stamping steel plates. That 10-ton mass of cast iron drops with a terrific force onto that huge reinforced base.
Oh, I wish I could take it home.
Take it home? What for?
Our nutcracker ain't working.
Oh! Nutcracker.
Hey, Mr. Lasher.
What?
I wonder what'd happen if I put my skull in there.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you'd... Willie! Willie, get back! Oh, no!
Oh, well, I suppose they can get another machine.
Come over here. Now, look up there. That's the steel saw which is driven by a revolving belt.
Oh, yes.
It wears this belt around its crankshaft, up and over its spindle, and through its vertical rollers.
Wouldn't it be simpler if it just wore braces?
Oh, don't be silly. Look at that immense lump of metal up there, Willie. That's a weightlifting machine for raising huge hunks of iron.
Oh.
That's the most powerful magnet you'll ever see.
Wait till I have a close look at it.
Willie, what are you doing hanging by the neck from that magnet?
Can I help it if me back stud's made of steel?
Come back here. That's better. Now, you see that steel-cut saw?
Where?
That ugly thing with the big teeth and the little nut.
Oh, I thought that was Reg Goldsworth.
That's the steel saw. It's the most dangerous piece of equipment in the whole foundry.
Always.
Look out, Willie, if you get caught up in that machine... Heavens, Willie's caught up in the revolving belt. He's going round and round and round. Here he comes again. Help! 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 Oh, he's going round and round. Quick, somebody stop the machine.
Oh.
Stop the machine. Oh, Willie.
Oh.
Willie, you all right?
Oh, dear.
Willie, I'm talking to you.
Oh.
It's me, Hal Lashwood. Oh, Willie, speak to me, Willie. Speak to me.
Well, why should I? I passed you lots of times and you didn't speak to me.
On stage in his early career, he had theatre audiences in fits of laughter with his down-to-earth and clever Australian humour. He was known as the boy from the bush, George Wallace. He endeared himself to the large Australian radio audience for many years. His pal, George Foster, wrote all his radio scripts and was his stand-over man in George's radio show. The boy from the bush, George Wallace.
Hey, Mr. Foster, is it true that you intend standing for Parliament at the next election?
That's right, Plecky. There's a by-election on in this district shortly, so I went around to the electoral office this morning, you see, and I filled out my nomination form.
Really? Well, congratulations.
Oh, thank you. And even if I say it myself, I reckon no one around here could fill out their form better than I could.
Oh, I know one bloke who can beat you at filling out a form.
Who?
Our barrel-tummied boy from the bush, George Wallace.
My heavens, look, I'm so excited. Look, have you heard the news?
What news, George?
It's fan-flamantastic, it is.
What is?
Me, I'm going to have a lass at getting into Parliament.
Oh, not you.
Yeah,
too.
can you imagine? It's George Wallace, MLA.
Oh, you wouldn't know what MLA stands for.
I beg your dirty informal pardon.
Well, what would MLA stand for behind your name?
It stands for what I am. Magnificent, lovely, handsome.
MLA, George, means a member of the Legislative Assembly.
Ooh, how crude.
Yes, well, anyhow, this election is for a federal seat. And if elected, you'd become an MHR.
Oh, would I? Well, that's better, isn't it?
Well, do you know what it would mean to see MHR behind your name?
Well, yes, certainly I do.
Well, what would MHR stand for?
My heavens, ridiculous.
Oh. Now, George, there's a very stupid remark, and I tell you, I will resent any further reflection upon the constitutional elected representatives of the Democratic constituencies.
You'll dive off what?
I won't dive off anything.
Well, just hold your nose and jump in.
Now, look, cut it out.
You're starting...
Well, I'll start early tonight.
I'm
not kidding.
raving mad.
You may as well know that I have nominated myself for this seat, and what's more, I intend to win this
how ridiculous. You're not the type of man for this district.
Well, what type do you think they'd prefer?
The other kind.
Well, what other kind?
Any other kind.
Very amusing. Well, let me tell you that right now I'm going to make my policy speech to the ladies and gentlemen of the audience.
How revolting.
I gather they won't object to me taking just a few minutes of their time, and after that the show will continue.
Mind if I stick round?
Oh, you're quite welcome.
Thank you very much.
You may learn one or two things.
Yes, you never know.
Well, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
I want to become your member of Parliament. And first of all, let me say that I came from just an ordinary, hard-working family.
Here, there, hither and yon, to and fro.
Now listen. Well, be quiet.
I'll finish up as silly
as I was saying, I was born just a barefooted boy.
Oh,
yes, just a barefooted boy.
What do you think I was born with football boots on?
But will you cut it out?
Well, don't skite so much. My heavens, I hate skite.
I am not skiting.
You're banging on skite.
I am not. Ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to point out that as a baby, my parents did not put a silver spoon in my mouth.
No, but judging by the size of your mouth...
Yes?
They could have shoved a box of cutlery.
Oh, listen. Will you let me get on with the speech, George?
Certainly, but don't bung on side. Be yourself.
Pipe down.
Pipe down.
Just listen.
Just listen.
Don't say a word.
Have I your permission to breathe?
Yes, but not heavily.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Skite.
The problem in this country, the problems are immense. And as a prospective member of Parliament, I want social reform. I want economic reform. I want monetary reform. I want tax reform. And I want, in addition,
chloroform.
Ladies and gentlemen,
under the new...
put me into Parliament. Put me in a parliament and I'll start things moving around here.
Yeah.
I'll open this big land of ours. I'll open up the territory and put the sheep in. I'll open up the country and put the migrants in. I'll open up the factories and put the labor in.
Open up the breweries and put me in.
Ada and Elsie, two names in radio never to be forgotten. They won love, admiration, and affection for their delightful humor, which was executed with the greatest simplicity. Dorothy Foster and Rita Ponsford, stars in their own right. Here they are on the stage of the Macquarie Auditorium in a program series produced in 1958, Ada and Elsie, with Auntie Minnie, Uncle Alfie, and Mr. Hercules.
Oh, well, here you are, Elsie. Another cup of cocoa for Auntie Minnie.
There you are, Auntie Minnie.
Thank you, Elsie.
Uncle Willie, by marriage?
Oh, not for me, thanks. Never drink much cocoa. 3 cups and I'm done.
By the way, Ada, thank you for your birthday card.
By Jove, the post office wants a bomb under it. I noticed you posted that card on January the 20th, and it didn't get to our house 5 miles away until January the 30th.
Oh, well, it's all uphill, dear.
Auntie Minnie, what did Uncle Willie by marriage give you?
Oh, a couple of handkerchiefs, the cheapskate. I was hoping for something interesting.
Well, they make a French bathing suit out of a couple of handkerchiefs. And that's interesting to me.
2 handkerchiefs and I'd set my heart on a radiogram.
Well, if this cheapskate could sell that block of land, you might get a radiogram.
By the time you sell that land, I shall be too old and too weak to turn on a radiogram.
What block of land?
Oh, well, he's got a block of land near Bathurst. It's nothing but swamp.
That's right. Underwater half the time. Like a good canoe park, that's all.
Couldn't you drain it or something?
No, too much like hard work.
Oh, hard work's good for you, Uncle Willie, by marriage. Gives you a physique of a man.
Is that what happened to you?
Me? I've got the figure of a young girl.
Well, you'd better give it back to her. You're stretching all out of shape.
I wonder what else is doing. Suppose I'll have to wash these things up. Washing dishes, 4 little cups in a row. 3 little cups in a row. Washing dishes, washing dishes. Oh, Polly, pretty Polly. Polly, say biscuit. Say peanuts. Huh, talking dogs indeed. And oh, hello, Mr. Hercules.
Good afternoon. Lovely day for it.
What's in the basket today, Mr. Hercules?
Well, I've got bananas, I've got lemons, I've got beans, I've got peas, and I've got the travelling pains.
Oh, so still got the travelling pains, huh?
Oh, my very word. In every part of my 45-year-old body. First they're here, then they're there. You never know which one's going to come up next.
Ah, sort of a Kramer and Sedgman affair, isn't it? Are these peas fresh?
Oh, my very word. Fresher than a new broom that hopes to sweep in Canberra.
Mr. Hercules. Mr. Hercules, is that a black eye?
Oh, my very word, Miss Smith. There are just 2 things about me my wife doesn't like.
What are they?
Everything I say and everything I do.
But What on earth do you say to irritate her?
Well, Miss Smith, if I stand there and say something, it makes my wife mad. But if I stand there and say nothing, it makes my wife mad. Last night it was because I stuck up for my daughter. My wife said she was a bad girl.
Oh, she's not. She's only 18. I think the girls of today are just as good as the girls of 40 years ago.
So do I, as long as they're not the same girls. Well, chuff, chuff.
Chuff, chuff. Keep smiling, Mr. Hercules.
Oh, my very word. Me head's aching and me back's breaking. I'd never get through the day if I wasn't so healthy.
Within the years of the fabulous Colgate-Palmolive variety program, several top artists were regular members of the cast. Strella Wilson, John Fullard, Jan Rubini, George Blackshaw, Johnny Wade, Brian Lawrence, Peggy Brooks, Marjorie Gordon, Wayne Froman, Peter Dawson, Marjorie Stedford, and Alan Code, to mention just a few. Another was Dick Bentley, and we introduce him now in his own interpretation of Mad Dogs and Englishmen.
In tropical climes there are certain times of day when all the citizens retire to tear their clothes off and perspire. It's one of those rules that the greatest fools obey, because the sun is much too sultry and one must avoid its ultraviolet ray. The natives grieve when the white men leave their huts, because they're obviously, definitely nuts. Mad dogs and Englishmen go out in the midday sun. The Japanese don't care to, the Chinese wouldn't dare to. Hindus and Argentines sleep firmly from 12 to 1. But Englishmen detest a siesta. In the Philippines there are lovely screens to protect you from the glare. In the Malay states there are hats like plates which the Britishers won't wear. At 12 noon the natives swoon and no further work is done. But mad dogs and Englishmen go out in the midday sun. It's such a surprise for the eastern eyes to see that though the English are effete, they're quite impervious to heat. When the white man rides, every native hides in glee, because the simple creatures hope he will impale his soul a topi on a tree. It seems such a shame when the English claim the earth, that they give rise to such hilarity and mirth. Mad dogs and Englishmen go out in the midday sun. The toughest Burmese bandit can never understand it. In Rangoon, the heat of noon is just what the natives shun. They put their scotch or rye down and lie down. In a jungle town, when the sun beats down to the rage of man, a beast, the English garb of the English sob merely gets a bit more creased. In Bangkok at 12 o'clock, they foam at the mouth and run. But mad dogs and Englishmen go out in the midday sun. The smallest Malay rabbit deplores this stupid habit. In Hong Kong they strike a gong and fire at the noonday gun to reprimand each inmate who's in late. In the mangrove swamps where the python romps there is peace from 12 to 2. Even caribous lie around and snooze where there's nothing else to do. In Bengal to move at all is seldom if ever done. Oh, but mad dogs and Englishmen go out in the midday, 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 out in the midday sun.
Jack Davy won great fame as a quizmaster, certainly Australia's greatest. But his versatility did not stop there. His tremendous talent extended into the field of comedy, to situation humor. In our program dedicated to radio's golden anniversary, we pay tribute to a real master by introducing a comedy flashback with Jack Davy, George Foster, and Grandpa Keith Smith in a sketch from Dr. Davy.
What is your trouble, mister? What's Dr. Davy operating on you for?
I had the misfortune to swallow a 2-shilling piece.
Oh, you did, eh? Just where is it now?
Well, sometimes it's down here and other times it's up here.
Oh, I see. Up and down, up and down. 2 bob each way. But you'll be all right. Dr. Davy will fix you. The greatest surgeon of all time. Ooh, lie quiet. Here comes Dr. Davy now.
Well, patient seems quite calm. I think we can manage, Dr. Foster.
I think so.
Yes, just poke out your tongue, please.
Huh?
Oh, good heavens, that's serious.
Why, what's the matter with his tongue, Chief?
Look, it's wet. Right, let's get to work. Nurse?
Yes, Doctor?
Lay out my instruments, please. Right, George, we'll give him the anesthetic. He's off. Right, now let's get to work. Nurse, a scalpel.
A scalpel.
Right, George, now I'll do the cutting. You read out the instructions from the book.
What book is it?
Here's Encyclopedia. Hurry up, this ether will wear off.
Yes, all right, Chief.
You'll find everything there. It's in the book.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. Oh, here it is, Chief. It says, first, make an incision.
Right. Ooh. Boy, this fellow's tough. Hand me another scalpel, nurse. I've bent this one.
Another scalpel.
Thank you. Ooh. That's, I don't seem to be making any impression.
Son, wouldn't it be better if you took off his coat and vest first?
I thought it was unusual. A man with a blue serge skin. Right, let's get them off. Sit him up.
Okay, there we are. Right.
All right, take his coat. That's the idea. Okay, now his waistcoat. That's the point. Put it back. That's better. Right, lay him down again. Carry on, George.
It says, now glue the neck on firmly.
What? What? Show me that book.
Yeah,
just as I thought. This is how to make a ukulele.
Sorry, Chief. I must have opened it in the wrong place. Well, here we are. I got it now, I think. Now, what do we have to do?
Well, we've got to get the 2-shilling piece out of him that he swallowed.
Oh, good. Oh, it gives that right here, see? How to get money out of a patient. It says, sue him.
Oh, look, let's forget the book. I'll do it from memory. Right, nurse? A knife.
A knife.
Thank you. Now, I think, let me see, just about here. Knife slipped. Well, I'll try this side.
I think you'd better cut him on the cross, don't you?
Yes, it's a bit untidy, isn't it, eh?
Doesn't look the best, Chief.
No, a bit of a mess.
Hey, what's this fellow's name?
Borovansky.
Oh, boy, will he be mad when he wakes up. You ruined his entire ballet.
Right, nurse. Scissors.
Scissors.
Tweezers.
Tweezers.
Sponge.
Sponge.
Goodness me, the sponge has got jam all over it.
I know, Chief. It's the only sort I could get at the corner shop. So.
All right, let's carry on. Protractors.
Protractors.
Forceps.
Forceps.
Dressing.
Dressing.
Letters.
Beetroot.
Pepper and salt. Look, you're getting me all mixed up. Now, just concentrate. Now, give me that light right here.
Yeah.
That's better. Now, I want to see where to make a small hole. Ah, just there. Perfect. Right. Now, we'll soon have that 2-shilling piece.
Chief, is this operation going to be a success?
Definitely, George. The BMA will talk about this for years to come. It will go down in medical history as the most miraculous operation of modern times. Is there a PowerPoint in this room?
Why, Chief, are you going to extract the 2-shilling piece with the use of an electric magnet?
No, George, something much more spectacular. Grandpa! Grandpa!
He's going to sleep in that chair.
Too much gas.
Yeah.
What a great... Grandpa! Excuse me.
Why, son, what did you do?
No, I didn't do anything at all. Have you got a vacuum cleaner?
Yes, there's one there behind the door.
Good. Plug it in and bring it here.
Oh, Chief, what are you going to do with that?
I'm going to stick it in the incision I've made and let the suction do the rest. Now, all you got to do is cut a hole in the bag and put this tin under the bag of the vacuum cleaner.
There you are, son.
Right, give me the nozzle. There, that's the plate. Right. Okay, Grandpa, have you cut a hole in the bag?
Yes, son, and the tin's in place.
Good. Switch it on, and we'll hope for the best. Switch it off.
Yeah, something went
Switch
into
it
the
off.
tin.
Switch it off.
Yeah, something went into the tin.
Yes, this suction's stronger than I thought. Those were teeth.
Want to switch it on again?
Yes, switch it on. Switch it off. Switch it off.
What came out then, Chief? The 2 shillings?
I think so. Let me see. 1 shilling, 1 and 3, 1 and 6, 1 and 9, 1 and 10 pence. That's all.
Well, only 1 and 10 pence. That means he's still got 2 inside him.
That's right, George.
Okay, I'll switch the vacuum cleaner on again.
No. Don't bother. We've finished with that now. I've got a much better way to get our 2 back. Just sit the patient up, will you?
Yes.
Give me a hand. A little further. Sit him up straight. That's it. Now we'll soon have our 2 back.
Why, Chief, what are you going to do?
Simple. Put my finger in his ear hole and dial complaints.
We opened our special Golden Years of Radio program with Roy Reen Moe. And we close with another flashback featuring Moe. This time a replay of the unforgettable Mackackie Mansion with Lasho, Spencer the Garbage Man, and Cop This Young Harry.
Hey, Dad! Where are you, Dad? Here I am, young Harry!
The telephone. Hello? Hello, what is the game, a cockatoo? What's that? Certainly not. Blimey, fancy that. Some joker wants to know if I'll allow him to recite the barmaid and the butcher.
Who, Dad?
Some joker called Lawrence Olivia.
Lawrence Olivia? Gee, he's married to Vivian Lee.
I wouldn't care if he's married to Kate Lee. He can't recite the barmaid and the butcher.
Oh, Dad, Uncle Horrible has offered to take us out to the dog races tonight.
Oh, yes, eh? The last time I went to the dog races, do you know where I finished up?
In number 1 kennel.
Harry, cop this!
Hello, Bowie. You're coming out to Harold Park tonight?
Yes, Honourable. You can always rely on the dogs giving you a run for their money.
Why?
They've got no flavoured jockeys on their back.
You know how the dogs run, don't you? They follow the tin air. They got a very strong scent.
I know who's got a stronger scent.
Who?
Little me. The garbage man.
Oh, it's Spencer, dear. Come to the dogs with us tonight, Spence?
Oh, yes, please, Mr. McSee. I'd like to cause havoc amongst those bookmakers.
Blimey, you will if you go near them.
Come on, everybody. All aboard Spencer's garbage cart, and off we go.
Well, here we are, Maui. Here's Harold Park.
How do you do, Harold? What do you know?
Just in time for the first race. Listen to the starting whistle.
Oh, strike me lucky it's Mr. Lashwood. You're just in time to see me make a bet, Lasho.
Oh, Mackackie, and you're gonna put your shirt on the ground.
Now! I'm gonna put me pants on a bloodhound. My groom. I think I'll have a flapper on that mangy-looking hannibal over there.
Break it down, Maui. That's the starter. Well, they're off.
Yeah, there they go. Green pink, white pink, blue pink. Blimey, it's all over.
What one, Dad?
Brown. Strike me luck, I've done a Zack in cold blood.
My Uncle Harrico had an Alsatian dog once, Mr. McSee. Oh, it was very, very affectionate.
I'd love it to see a dog like that.
It ate off his hand.
Did it, Spence?
Yes, right up to the elbow.
You know, Spence, I did the same thing once with a pig's trotter.
Yes, I know. Right up to your elbow. Before you noticed the difference.
Get out, Mug.
Hey, Maui, what have you got to happen the next race?
Any dog except number 13. I'm very superstitious.
Superstitious, are you?
Very. I won't work any week that has a Friday in it.
Do you follow signs and omens?
No, no. I follow the girls in Sheila's. Woof.
Gee, look at that dog, Dad. He's got a great big muzzle on his nose.
The poor thing. I know just how he feels.
Well, personally, I prefer Shakespeare to dog racing.
Do you, Spence?
Last week, I went to see Richard III.
How was he, Spence?
No, Mr. McSee, I went to the theatre. I had a box to myself.
No wonder. Oh, phew!
Hey, Maui, here's another race coming up. Have $1 on the big black dog, Swab Flyer.
That possum ought to be barred.
Swab Flyer?
Blimey, I thought you said Bob Dyer.
Well, they're off. Black, white, yellow, pink, blue, green.
What one? Technicolor.
My, staying up after 9 and putting shillings on dogs. This is living.
What happened to your dog, Nicky? What was that running up the bank?
Me singlet. I'll have to get me money back somehow.
No, Nicky. Is your purse a little tight under the strain?
No, me pants are a little tight under the armpits. Binder.
Hey, Maui, I got some good information. Back the yellow dog in the next race.
Not me. I backed the yellow dog the last time I was out here.
Well, what happened, Mr. McSee? Did the owner scratch it?
No, it stopped halfway and scratched itself. Look, I was so disgustipated, I done a fortune. The other one of mine.
Well, you back yellow this time, Maui. I tell you, can't lose.
Very well. Young Annie, here's a quid. Go and put it on the yellow dog.
Which bookie, Dad? There's one over there with a big nose.
Blimey, no, not him. He's me brother.
Well, they're off. Yellow's in front. So he's not. Yes, he is. No, he's not. Purple wins by a mile.
Fuck me lucky. Let's have a look at that list. Blimey, no wonder that dog wouldn't win for me.
Why, Nicky, what's it called?
Alec the Arab.
Throughout Australia, and indeed in other places of the world, there are many radio variety artists, past and present. Time has not permitted us to include them in this program, but we salute all who contributed and are still contributing to the golden years of radio.